Welcome to day 33. We are leaving Villaviciosa, I think is how you say it. This is the small church that just took us by. And yeah, it's going to be another hot day. Say it's going to be up to 80 by noon. So got some choices to make about where we're going to go and what we're going to do. And again, depends on lots of factors. Beds, weather, how Rob's feeling. We talked about this the other day. Though it is 7:30, so I'm leaving a couple hours earlier. So I should be able to go a little farther than I did the other day. But I don't know how much farther. Neat little property here as we're exiting Villaviciosa, I think. And yeah, they have a neat little garden here. Can't see a whole lot, but very nice. And the house in the background, yeah. I wonder what this place is. Very neat. We haven't been walking long enough to actually need the free water, but this is a neat fountain, and you got shade. And yeah, if you need to take a break, this would be a great place to do it. But we don't, not yet anyway. Now, one thing that I also need to mention about choosing our path today is that there's a split coming up. One's called the Camino Primitivo, or the original Camino. The other is just a continuation of the Camino del Norte. Now, today's route, no matter which way we go, isn't that difficult, but in the days to come, the Camino Primitivo is more strenuous. There's more mountains, more ups and downs. I mean, because basically you're going into the mountains now, getting away from the coast and heading towards Santiago. So we have something to think about, and we only have about 1.5 miles to think about it. So we're quickly approaching the fork in the road. Not a bad view. And of course we still flounder, every other step. Which way should we go? Which way should we go? I'd pretty much decided we're doing the Camino del Norte and we'll come back and do the Primitivo. I mean, there's no reason I couldn't do it the other way around, come back and do the rest of the Norte. But again, I go back to physically, mentally, I don't know how many more ups and downs and downs and ups and downs. I mean, it's nothing like Saint Jean-Pied-de-Port, but it's, similar because there's a lot of them. And there's less mountains going on the Camino del Norte. And when I say less, I mean they're the same mountains, but we don't go up and down quite as much. We still have to cross them to get to Santiago. But from everything that I've heard, the Primitivo is a beautiful walk, and everybody's like, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. And I'm like, oh, my body, can I do it, can I do it? The wise choice for me at this point would be to stay on the Camino del Norte, get to Santiago, hopefully get to finish there. I'm kind of a little behind because of that catastrophe of a few weeks ago, but I think we can do it. So I think that's our choice. There is no choice. We stay on the Camino del Norte, that's where we started, that's where we'll finish. One says go to Gijon, one says go to Oviedo. And Oviedo is that way, which is the Primitivo. And Del Norte continues this way to Gijon. And that's where we're going. At least there's a couple more pilgrims going this way. They stood around for a while trying to figure out what they were going to do, kind of like I did. But, like me, they've decided to continue on the Del Norte. It's still going to be a beautiful walk. And we'll get to see more ocean. Coming into our first little town since the split. And I don't know much about this town, like any other town that we've been through. But I do know one thing. From here to the next town, we have to go up this mountain. Now, there are lower spots, like over there, and over there. But it's still, there's no valley in between. I looked at the elevation map. We're going to go up like 1,200 feet in a couple kilometers, and then lose it all in a couple more kilometers. So, even though I've picking, yeah, that's a word, Rob. Even though I've picking the less strenuous route overall, it's going to be a nice climb for the next hour. Time for number 4 shot as we take a little breather. I'd say this is a pretty good view. Yeah. Not bad at all. As we continue going up, up, up. We're at about 1,300 feet now. I was hoping we'd get a a better vantage point, but there's lots of trees and brush and stuff. But it is an awesome view behind those trees. And as we got closer to the top, I was hoping we'd get a clearing. But from the looks of it, as you can see, we're almost at the top, and it doesn't look like there's a clearing. It just looks like we're gonna start going back down. So yes, the farther up the Camino went, there was no clearing. But I looked down a side path and I saw this clearing and I thought, I'm gonna take a picture here. Yeah, or a video. Because now there's not a whole lot of obstruction. You just see all those mountains and the haze in the back. Anyway, it also gave us a nice place to sit down over here on a little wall, even though we have to go back uphill. We walk down to get here. And check out my feet. Because as my shoes deteriorate, I'm starting to get blisters maybe on my heels. I don't know. But you know, after walking hundreds of miles, I don't know how many hundreds right now. I'd say 4, maybe 5. I really don't know because I lost track. But yeah, my shoes are starting to come apart in the back, so we got to work on that. Shoes and feet attended to. We now have band-aids on both our feet and on the outside of the shoe to hopefully hold some of the padding in place. See how it goes. Anyway, again, we're almost at the top of the hill. I had to walk down a little bit to go where I was, but now we're headed back up. What's going on, folks? Well, we're finally descending down the other side of this mountain. And yeah, we thought we'd show you the view because it's actually pretty good. We thought we'd say hi to the cows first though. And we know we have another climb today. We're going down into this valley, somewhere into this valley. I'd say, you know, there's a church right in the middle there, probably somewhere near there. Then we got to go back out of it again. But not quite as high, only about half as high, so only about 600 or 700 feet. Across the valley, we're making our way back up. It's a nice view though, so I thought I'd show it to you. Hopefully though this time we don't have to go over the mountain. It looks like there's lots of ways through. Hopefully we're going that way. So we just crossed our second peak of the day. It was actually more like 900 feet, not 600. But wow, what a view. You can start to see the ocean again. It's pretty far out there, but tomorrow we should be back at the ocean again. It's pretty cool. You can see it way up there. Yep. Headed down the hill. We're going to stay at a campground today. This will be our first experience of a Spanish campground. I mean, other than going to the bar in the overly priced camp store. Here we are at the campground. They have some swimming pools, which is kind of cool. And actually locals can just come and go swimming, pay a price, and yeah, that's what they do. Anyway, for the albergue part, they have these bungalows over here. And it actually is the official albergue of this town. And it's only €6, but you get use of everything at the campground, including the overpriced camp store where I bought, you know, a Coke for $1.50, you know, a regular 12-ounce can of Coke for $1.50, and a liter of chocolate milk for $1.80. So guess which one I bought? Well, actually, I bought them both, but I'll probably be buying more milk than Coke. Anyway, here they have a couple pools, basketball court. Over here they have soccer. It's a nice campground. Anyway, off to the bungalow, take a nap. And this is our bungalow slash cabana slash, you know, little cabin, whatever they call it. 6 beds, bathroom. Yep, that's about it. That's where we're staying.